Jason Pearson here, and I have Jessie here on the phone from Lincoln, Nebraska. Jessie, you there?
I am.
Okay, great. Thanks for showing up here. And what I want to do here is kind of get your opinion on the program that you came on, and going through it and stuff too. So when you decided to come on the program, I don't know if you were or not. Were you skeptical at all before you started, or even initially when you started?
Yeah, a little bit. I was at a point where I had pretty much exhausted all my efforts to improve my health, so I was fairly desperate, which helped. But I had my doubts a little bit because it just seemed so against the norm of everything that I've been told my whole life, as far as medicine to help me get better versus to not take medicine. It was kind of scary at first.
Yeah, I can see that. And like, so, I mean, talking about that, I mean, you had some different health issues and stuff. I don't know if you want to name any of the health issues and stuff, different ones you had, and where you went to different places with different people to see to solve the issues, and how long you had those, and what they said, and did they work or not?
Absolutely. Well, I can remember, as far as my digestive system, having problems since I was a child, and never really getting that figured out, going from doctor to doctor. One doctor would say I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. Another doctor diagnosed me with an ulcer. Another doctor diagnosed me with a parasite. At one point, they thought I had leukemia. And then up just a couple years ago, I went to a gastro specialist, and they said it was fructose malabsorption. And tried everything with that, met with different nutritionists, did this fructose-free diet. I just never got better. So that was a constant problem. I mean, I couldn't eat food without feeling sick. Then I also had some really strange edema, especially in my arm and my legs, and I was just pretty much walking around like a water balloon all the time. And I went to a few doctors, and they couldn't figure it out. I spent a ton of money that I didn't have on a bunch of tests for no results. I've also suffered from asthma and allergies since I was a young child. And I've spent tons of money on medications and doctors and allergists. And this girl who loves going outside was never allowed outside as a kid, and then as an adult, I would love to go outside, but then I would be stuck inside for days afterwards just because my allergies were so bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sick.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely sick. So you're probably, your whole life from a kid and going through all these professionals and everything else, and nothing really, different medicines and all other types of alternative stuff, and nothing really helped you at all, or even cured anything you got, and kind of living a little bit of a sheltered life too. I think even you started running too, and I believe you were running. I think you'd be suffering progressively. I don't know, for days after that. I don't know. I think you said you were.
Yep, absolutely. If I went on a long run on the wrong day, I'd be stuck inside for days afterwards, and then I wouldn't get to run or bike ride. I was ride my bike too, and I had trouble doing all of that.
And you had an asthma, which you used an inhaler too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I had a few inhalers. I had a couple preventative ones. I had steroid shots that I would get every season, about every 6 months. I had my own nebulizer that I would have to use every time I caught a cold.
Oh wow, that's interesting. And then so all those things, and when and I think even you allergic to even animals, like even cats or something like that too, right?
Yeah, yes, cats and dogs. I had like 18 things that I was allergic to when I went to the allergist a few years ago that tested all like moderate to high. It's like 7 pollens, 6 ragweeds, 3 molds, dust mites, and cats and dogs.
Wow.
Those are everything.
Wow. And so initially when we coming on the program, when I was talking to you before we started, and I went down a list of all your health issues you had and medical problems, and I said, well, I can help you with that, I can help you with this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Even before we started, I'm sure you were skeptical of that too.
I was like, I got nothing left to lose. Nobody else can help me at that point.
So you came on the program, and also before you started, I mean, how was your energy levels before you started too? Were they great? Not so great? Or
they were horrible. I was drinking like 6 cups of coffee a day just to stay awake in class, to go to school full time, and as soon as I would get home, I would hit the pillow and go to sleep, take a nap before I could go do anything. And I was trying to stay pretty active and still work out, but I was always tired when I worked out. I was always tired before, after. I was just always tired. I fell asleep all the time.
How was your sleep at nighttime before you started too?
Oh, I never slept a whole night through. I would wake up and fall asleep and wake up and fall asleep. I'd probably only get a couple hours of sleep, and those couple of hours were really not restful sleep at all.
Well, excellent. And so you came on the, did I ask that? I think I helped you with that too, where you'd be sleeping through the night, getting a full night's sleep. And I said, you'd be sleeping 6 or 8 hours a night. And I know you probably, even when we started off and you finally were sleeping 6 hours a night, I said, you're going to be sleeping 8 hours now. Did you believe me then either?
I thought you were crazy. I was like, well, who has time to sleep 8 hours?
So watch and see. And so anyways, you started the program, in the first week, in the first month. And even before you started, I mean, you also, when you came on the program, for all your health issues. I mean, it wasn't even weight loss. But I told you also the byproduct of what I'm going to do for you to take care of all your health issues. They're also going to trim you up along the way too. And I think you weren't, you didn't mind that either, did you?
I didn't mind that at all.
So going through the program, I mean, tell me about going through the program. I mean, when you went through it and stuff started working. I mean, obviously you're losing some weight. What do you think about the weight loss, first of all?
The weight loss was fantastic. And the best part about it was because my weight's fluctuated my whole life. Typically when I've lost weight, it was always really unhealthy. It was either through like gimmick diets, like a shake diet, and then as soon as I stopped drinking the shakes and eat food again, then I gained the weight back, or just through stress and not eating, I would lose a lot of weight, and then it would be very temporary, and then I would gain it all back and then some. And so my weight has fluctuated a ton, just ever since I was a teenager. So the weight loss has been fantastic, and that's the greatest part about it, is that it's been, it just seems to be coming off differently, more evenly, and just, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's just
more proportionate to your body. It's not like you lost a bunch of, weight in your upper body, and you have these big legs and stuff, or big legs and butt or something,
Right.
Proportion all around your whole body. That'd be great. And, came off pretty quickly too. I mean, it wasn't something where you lost a pound or 2 a month, was it?
No, it was really fast. And because I remember emailing you, and I was like, how did I just lose 7 pounds in this couple of days? Is that okay? Is that safe? And I remember you said, yep, when you're doing it, a lot of junk later flashing out. I was like, okay, I'll believe you. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's stuff out there you can lose a bunch of weight maybe, but it's the wrong way, and it'll come back, and plus it's not healthy for your body, as you can probably see with the menus that I created for you that are customized to you, based on your gender, your height, your age, your health conditions, if you look at it, were they well-balanced snacks and meals every day? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah, absolutely. They were.
And when we first started too, we went through all your list of pills you're taking and medications, and I think pretty much everything. I think that I saw from you that we can stop. You probably were wondering how that was going to go too. And I know you're asthmatic and wondering, is this going to work? I'm scared. I said, well, you can keep your inhaler on you, but I already knew you weren't going to use it. But
that's right, because I didn't. I was a little afraid because I just kind of grew up. I think I said that before, just being told that a pill was the answer, and the way to fix things. Now I just see that as such a shortcut and a lazy way, because I don't need any of those medicines. Like, when I first stopped taking them, there was a part of me that was like, what if I get like a really bad headache? Or like, what if my back hurts really bad? Or what if I this? Or what if I that? And, I feel still to this day I haven't taken even a Tylenol. Nothing. Wow. And I have my inhaler, but I don't know where it's at.
You don't know where it's at, but you're not like frantic or like where I need to know where it's at because I might have to use it.
Right. I'm sure it's in a drawer somewhere and I could find it, but I don't need it, so I don't know where it's at.
Absolutely. So I mean, starting the program, I mean, from day one, I mean, all this stuff you had, even before we started the fructose malabsorption, which the last person that diagnosed you with that. I mean, all this stuff you had. I mean, from day one. I mean, how soon were you noticing your symptoms going away, and even some stuff going away where you didn't have the symptoms anymore?
Like immediately. Like the 2-day detox. Sometimes I just want to do it again, just because I want to see if I can get that like miraculous feeling back, because it was so amazing. Like, it was hot. Toxins that were flushing out, and I kind of felt like I had the flu, but it was like literally every time I looked in the mirror, it was almost like because I also had really bad acne. I kind of forgot to mention that. I had this like adult acne that just hit me over last summer. It was like horrible. I wanted to like walk around with a bag on my head. And it just started to clear up. My skin got so pretty in just the first couple of days. I was like, how is this even possible? I've tried everything. Dermatologist, every product, Proactive, everything over the counter, everything prescription, crazy, and none of it worked. And then my skin just started clearing up, and then I noticed my hair getting thicker and fuller, and my nails getting harder, and that happened like right away. It was insane.
That's great. Yeah, I remember the acne. You're talking about the acne problem. I said, we'll take care of that too.
Right?
Yeah. You mentioned you even took that one thing that was it Proactive? Was that the commercial on TV? It's all across all the time TV with I think different people like Jessica Simpson, all people talking about.
Yep.
Oh wow. So you start having immediate results, and then okay, so great. After that, going through a few weeks and a few months, every few weeks and few months, how are the results coming as far as your health issues?
I don't have like any health problems anymore. It's kind of like, it wasn't really gradual, but it wasn't immediate either. It was just like every day there was like a new fun discovery of like, wow, that feels better. And I just slowly, like, because I mean, I've lived the life of the girl that should live in a bubble. I don't know how many jokes I've heard of, I need to live in a bubble because I'm either sick or I'm broken or I have allergies, and it's so sensitive to now. It's like I barely remember even having any of those problems.
Yeah, I remember when we started. I remember I said, I want to show you a different feeling and how it feels to actually be healthy. And you were like, yeah, I'd love to feel that. And I said, once I see that feeling, you probably never want to be like the other way again. Is that true?
That's so true. Absolutely.
So let's see. Oh, and along this time, getting rid of your health problems, obviously you had some weight loss, doing this whole process of getting rid of that stuff. I didn't exercise you doing that, did I?
Nope, I didn't. Not at all.
Which you probably find hard to believe too.
Yeah, I did, because that was another thing, because I'm pretty active. I started running a couple years ago to lose weight, and then you were telling me that I couldn't run, and that I was going to lose weight, and I was like, this guy's crazy, but I'll do what he says, because I got nothing to lose, and then it like worked. I couldn't believe it.
That was great. And then, once I took care of a lot of your health problems you had there, and got some things under control, and also down to a weight where I felt comfortable with you doing some exercise, then we introduced some exercise with you too. And how was that experience of the introduction to exercise and doing it the way I show you the exercise and the results from it?
That was so awesome too, and it was hard for me at first because, well, first of all, I don't like people telling me what to do, like, period. So let's just talk about starting a pill problem at all. Like, you're telling me what to eat all the time, and I don't like that. But once it started to work, then I began to love it. But then you were telling me how to exercise, and I'm pretty stubborn, and I like to think that I know best. So it was a little hard at first because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to run further than you were telling me. I wanted to run more. But I did what you said, and I took it slow. I did everything you told me to, and it was amazing. And right out of the gates, even the first walking, it just felt different because my body felt different, and I felt healthier. And I was never sore, which was new to me because I was always sore after I exercised before.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Even before when you're exercising, you end up getting an injury, which is a common injury lots of people get as far as, running exercise. And I showed you some strengthening stuff to do so you'll never deal with that stuff really ever again. It came, I think, a little bit appearance of it came for about, I think it was maybe a week or something like that, just a slight bit of it, and it got rid of that, and you don't deal with that anymore. I mean, what do you think about that process?
That's amazing, too, because that IT band injury really limited my physical activity last year. I mean, I couldn't even run for like 2 months because it was so bad, and I did the half marathon last year, but barely because it hurt so bad. I mean, I reached about halfway through. I'd rather cut my leg off than finish the race. I finished the race, but it was miserable. And now it doesn't even really bother me at all.
Nice. Yeah, okay, great. And so, with the program and eating, and you've been on the program for, how long have you been on the program?
100 in like around 50 days or something.
150 days, so maybe about 5 months, I think that might be.
Yeah.
It's around 5 months or so. So, taking care of all these health conditions you had dealt for your whole life in less than 5 months, and also doing some exercise and not getting hurt and strengthening yourself. And, first of all, the nutrition program, is the nutrition program maintainable for anybody?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing about it is you can decide whether or not you do it. Like, I eat every 3 hours. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I eat in my car. I eat in my class. I eat when I'm supposed to eat. And people don't mind. Like, I take my food to restaurants, whatever, because it's worth it. Because a couple times where, like, if I didn't, then I didn't feel good, and it was not worth it. And it's like, I don't even care. I'll just take my food everywhere with me, and I eat when I'm supposed to eat because that's what's important to me. And absolutely maintainable. And it gets, it just doesn't seem weird to me anymore. It's how I eat. It's just my lifestyle.
Absolutely. And, let's see, you've gotten all types of foods too. I mean,
oh yeah.
You eat all types of different fruits, nuts. You have bread. You have veggies. All types of stuff. I mean, where you feel deprived at all? Some of the stuff you had?
Not at all. In fact, the first time you gave me a cheeseburger, I was like, "Is this for real?" I was so excited.
Another thing too, did you notice all in the program? I mean, your taste buds enhanced or changed at all from before, the way you were before till now?
Yeah, because I've taken a couple bites of food that was not on my menu, and I spit it out because it was gross. Because it did not taste good. It's just like I crave the stuff that I eat. And especially fruit, and with that whole fructose malabsorption diagnosis, I didn't get to eat fruit for so long because I was told that I couldn't have it. And it's like I could just eat fruit all the time now, and the cool thing is I can eat it and it doesn't bother me. So
yeah, there you go.
So
yeah, definitely. And so with the cost of this program, I mean, what it costs for a person to do this program, I mean, do you think it's going to cost is great the way what it is? Do you think it's worth what it is? Do you think it should be cheaper? Do you think it's worth way more than what I charge?
I'm surprised it's not more, especially for the results that I'm getting. And when I compare what I've spent in doctors and medications, emergency room bills, and this, that, it's way less.
Wow. That's great.
And I'm eating. So, like, you take doctor bills and medicine, and that's not even talking about, like, food costs. But, like, the food costs and the cost of the program together, less than what I was spending on medications and doctor visits.
Wow. That's crazy. So, I mean, for a person that might be listening to this audio right now, and then they got all types of different health problems, whatever they might have, and might be taking supplements or pills for that, or might be taking supplements, period, just because they think they should take it, or maybe pills to lose weight or anything else, or, maybe they're listening to this and they're skeptical about starting or something like that. I mean, what would you tell this person right now?
I say, honey, I've tried it all, put it down and call you, because it's not worth it. All that stuff is a waste of time, and it's a waste of money. I know, because I've been there. I've taken all the diet pills. I've drank all the shakes. I've done all the medicine. I've seen all the doctors. And God has made our bodies so amazing that when you feed it the right stuff and you have somebody that knows what to feed it to help you with what's going on, that's the only way you're ever going to really get better. Otherwise, you're just going to keep chasing your tail, and your problems are never going to go away.
Wow. And, you heard it from Jessie. And so, I mean, your life, this is just 5 months, but your life outlook now, for the rest of your life, does it look a lot better than what it would have 5 months ago?
Absolutely. I'm excited about life, like in every aspect too, and I see like a long future and a healthy life, whereas before it was hard even just to get out of bed, not just physically but emotionally, because I never felt good. And so it was kind of getting to the point, like, what's the point? Like, this sucks. And now, I feel like a spring chicken every morning when I wake up, and I'm excited about life, and I'm excited about, everything.
That's nice. All right, great. That's probably priceless to you, probably.
Absolutely. My life has changed completely, inside and out.
What do your, one last few things for you out here, what do your friends or family think about everything that's happened to you?
It's really cool to see their expression, because I don't even have to say anything, and they know like that I feel better and I look better. And my best friend is doing it too, and she's had amazing results. And kind of everybody like around me is constantly asking me what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and who they need to go to, and they're all shocked but in belief, because it's proof that it worked. And it's just great to see them see me not as the sick girl anymore.
That's awesome. Well, you heard from her, and definitely if you listen to this audio right now, definitely get started, and no need to put anything off. I mean, you start feeling better today, you can start losing weight if that's what you need to do, and or getting healthy. And anyways, I wanted to hear Jessie, and I'll talk to you soon.